let's go right into brass tacks, Colorado. They're playing Georgia Tech, who I believe is very underrated. I think Georgia Tech has one of the best QBs in America. Where are you at with this game? Colorado, Georgia Tech's -4.5.
Yep.
Over-under is 51.5. Where are you at with this particular game without Shander, without Travis Hunter, Deion Sanders' third year?
That's the point, right? Last year, you saw what Colorado was able to do, and they were stacked with NFL talent, not just Sanders and Hunter. You had guys, receiver, NFL caliber talent. So just starting with Colorado, you've got two things working against them. One is just massive hype, right? Like casual money is going to flow in. Folks that probably aren't paying attention. We call it WNBA money, right? Like it's basically people that just, oh, Angel Reese is playing. Oh, Caitlin Clark is playing. Let me bet over, right? Like that's what you're going to get here is WNBA money, casual money coming in on Colorado. That's not good for them. The other part of it is, yeah, they've got talent, right? Like credit Deion. He went out and he brought people in, but they haven't played together. And you're going up against a Georgia Tech squad that's returning some actual talent here. So I think looking at it from a standpoint of the spread, it was at 4.5. That's a dead number to me. 4, if you can get it anywhere really below 6 is fine. It's not going to move that high. I think there are two value spots from a betting standpoint. One is a parlay piece. It's going to be hard for me to think that even with Sanders, settling in under his own, at the same time, the fact that he's got to gel a shit ton of talent together tonight, which is really tough week one against a squad that comes back. You mentioned the quarterback situation going on over at Tech. Absolutely solidified, locked in, right? Haynes King is there. But the other part of it, though, is a money line parlay piece. We'll identify other pieces. We'll talk about other things throughout. But I just want everybody to keep this in the back of your mind because you can use this as a 2-legger. There's a 3-legger. FanDuel's offering boosts, what have you. This is a really good parlay piece if you can use Georgia Tech just to win. I also think the under, right? Still week one. You're still going to have guys over on Colorado kind of gelling, getting things used to it together, especially from an offensive standpoint. That's really where the under is impacted on week one, week 0, first-time outers, if you will, right? Where it's like timing. It's getting down. All of a sudden, shit breaks down. It's great, right? When there's no pads on, it's great. Yeah, 5-step drop, bang. It hits them right in the chest. You got pressure. You got other people coming on there. You got human beings now trying to make it to the NFL right in front of you. Big difference. So I think that's the value. Georgia Tech, I would lay the points. I'm fine with it. But really, I'm looking as a money line parlay piece and the under as well in the game.
Got it. I like it. 51.5 is what everybody's looking like it has. It could shift here. I don't know. All right, let's dive into there's a lot of games, obviously, tonight going on. Auburn, Baylor.
What's a good one, JB?
Hey, Eytan, a lot of sharp money coming in on Auburn. Can you explain why?
No, I really can't. Here's what we always have to keep in mind, right? They're not always right. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that do this for a living, that are banned everywhere, that are sending other people in with casinos, right? Money, they're not always right. So I do recognize that sharp money is more important than WNBA money. Absolutely. I'm not minimizing that by any means. But to answer your question, I don't know. I think it's just this idea that maybe a lot of folks on television and maybe a lot of folks writing and maybe even folks covering this team have Auburn wrong. And the potential to just blow out and put up some points right away offensively is there. I don't necessarily see it. Their head coach is lackluster at best when it comes to opening up. The season openers of Brian Kelly have been dog shit. So it's not like anybody can sell me that this is the year that everybody's going to be prepared. Well, what happened the last 3 years, right? It's not like everybody stayed there and he's got 22 4-year starters, right? So the reality is right now, as far as when you look at it with Auburn, I think that there's just too much like what if. There's too much, if this then. I don't want to put my money on if then. I want to put my money on the Baylor money line. I want to take Baylor outright to win this game. Look, 2.5, there's still some value because of the overtime rule, right? Like you could beat a team by 2 in the OT and cover 2.5. But I really think you have to look at Baylor, the consistency right here. Sawyer Robinson is no joke. You'll also see, I think, just this offense move the football against the Tigers. So back to your initial question, JB, I don't see why sharp money's coming in there, and I will gladly take Baylor plus money on the money line to win this. I don't even know why they opened up as a home dog. Didn't make much sense.
Yeah. Speaking of Brian Kelly, I wanted to get to that. That was the next game on our deal. Clemson LSU. Clemson lost last year to a Georgia team right out the gate. And now I want to get to your point, Kelly here with LSU. Can they beat Clemson to start the season as Georgia did last year?
Sorry, yeah. I think they can here. Just to circle back, right? So I think yes. I think the money line parlay, if you're looking at it, right, would be Clemson. And if you wanted to go back initially to kind of where we opened up, you're looking at other pieces here. But Clemson is a contender. And I think a lot of people have, I know I used a couple of boosts, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever they were offering me as far as Bet 365, underdog too, right? Like whenever you can jump in and take advantage of player props, I think there's going to be some good ones here. PA, I have to cross the border to New Jersey. I just don't think that LSU has the firepower to keep up. I think Clemson is clearly going to be in discussion all season, rightfully so, about that Final Four in the national championship discussion. But ultimately, you've got a Heisman favorite, right, in their quarterback that, or at least candidate, that I know Arch, everybody's on Arch, but Clemson.
Yeah, I think Klubnik's the best.
I'm sorry?
I think Klubnik's the best in the country.
Yeah, I mean, and think about that. He's still not the favorite last I checked because of Arch and all the hype around there, but you've got the best quarterback in the country. You've got a well-coached. He's still there, right? Like I know everybody loves to hate, but that man is still there and he's still standing, and he probably has the biggest axe to grind because folks were chopping at his knees when that squad was down. So I think there's a little bit of a grudge here just against the world, and he could sell it in that locker room. I'll take Clemson on the money line. I'll lay 165, whatever it is right now, on the money line, and I'll use him as a parlay piece as well.
I'm with you. I love that pick. I'm going Clemson all day.
You want to bring in Ohio State, Texas?
I think you look at Baylor. We talked about them. Georgia Tech. I'll run that. All right. I'll tag y'all on Twitter. I'm going to find the best number for that. But Georgia Tech, Clemson, that's going to be the two piece. All right, of the week. We'll brand some shit. Some
two
shit better
piece.
than that.
Okay, then what's going to be the biscuit? We got the two piece. What's going to be the biscuit? I want to go to Texas Ohio State. That's going to be probably the game of the weekend, arguably. Two powerhouse teams. You got Ohio State, the reigning national champions. You got Texas, who's always like a favorite or one of the favorites every single season. What you got? Who you got with that game?
So I bet Texas. I think you've got a lot of turnover, right? I think Texas comes in, Arch Manning, right? I think I boosted Texas. So I got a boost on FanDuel. It's like one of these, 50% or have you. Any book will offer you a boost. I would boost Texas on the money line. Now anywhere you get an opportunity to take Texas from like minus 110 to plus whatever in this game. Yeah, a lot of it is Arch Manning, but look on the other side as far as just who's coming back overall. I don't think there's that much of a trust factor. Look, I bet the kid, right? Like I think it's without a doubt that you have a standout wide receiver, a stud, a kid who could win the Heisman at 10-1 or 100-1, 10-1, pardon me, plus 1,000. But that's really it. And, they're
Jeremiah Smith or whatever.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith. Sorry. But, you've got a new quarterback saying, right, and that's the point here, folks, is that you've got somebody that now has to gel with something new. And with Ryan Day, there's pressure. I just don't think that this is a game that you want to send this guy out to right away. Like, give me a lesser. Give me Miami of Ohio, not Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm with you, kind of.
It's a road game, but it's tough, right?
Yeah, the QB is going to be the factor for Ryan. Every Ryan Day-led first part of the year, it's working in a new QB. I think Arch and Sark have a camaraderie that's going to be ahead of the curve, in my opinion. So that's why I give Texas the edge there. The last one, real quick, before you get out of here. Alabama, obviously, Florida State, two big blue blood names, but Florida State coming off a horrific season. I'm sure Norvell's on the hot seat. And then Alabama was way under their standard as well. It's in Tallahassee, Eytan, and Alabama's minus 14.5. Very, very tricky line, in my opinion. But go ahead. Well,
that's why you come on over to us, man, at Odd Shopper, because I found 13.5. And that's what I took this morning or late last night during insomnia. One of my kids was up. I forget which one, and I was dealing with them. But I placed a bet, and I got him at 13.5, my brother. So I got in.
Really?
Now, maybe that moved. Admittedly, I did not check. But if it moved overnight, then damn it, somebody really got in on that sucker. I love what you said at the start, right? Like two blue blood squads, but you can clearly see they're going in the opposite direction here. Florida State is closer to being like middle of the pack than they are competing for anything. And I think this game exposes them. Look, Alabama's going to work through some stuff. I understand it. There's nothing glaring here that I would say is a massive hole. That's why they're 13.5 to 14, maybe even close at 15.5 point favorites on the road. But what exactly, like, I would throw it out to anybody who really thinks like, oh, I'm going to jump in here, even at 14.5 to take the other side. What are you looking at specifically with Florida State that would A, be better than what Alabama can counter, and B, be consistent enough throughout a football game in which you could take advantage of that? Punt returning, right? Like, no. It's really nothing that you could point to that would answer both of those from those quotas. So I'm sorry, fellas. I know it's chalk. I know there's a lot of chalk. Baylor, maybe the lone dog we talked about, but week one, you kind of take it. Same thing in the NFL. I'm going to pound on folks who have never played this game before at this level. I'm going to jump on road rookie starters. I'm going to do all that shit.
All right, the last one, Sunday night football, college style. Miami, Notre Dame. Our guy Steve Kim is there. It's Notre Dame minus 2.5, 85-degree weather, 4:30 p.m. kickoff. Hard Rock Stadium. Where are you at with this? Notre Dame at ranked 6th. Miami's ranked 10th. Notre Dame minus 2.5.
I have not admittedly bet this. I haven't put any money on this game by any means. I'm scared. Like, it should not be 2.5 for Notre Dame, right? Like, maybe, and the thing is, this is what I would say. It's too close. I understand we're talking about a squad, right, that has gone through replacements, and Miami is still ranked high for a reason because of pedigree and what talent that they have here. But you start to see a lot of people that are just jumping on the money line because the spread is low, right? Like, oh, minus 2.5, I'll just take the – no, minus 2.5 is low liability, and that just could be easily as lost as the money line. So I would warn people that – and that's why I'm staying away from it, because there's no real break on Notre Dame right now on that side. Like, I would rather it just be almost minus 110 at this point, which I'm not going to get. And on the flip side, like 2.5 doesn't really do much for me. So I know teasers are truly meant for the NFL, but I think Miami and like a 7-point teaser to hang in a 1-possession game in this football game is not that big of an ask, right? Like, I think the spread kind of indicates where we are. What are we in the totals? Like around, last I checked,
49.5.
There you go, 49.5, right? It was 3.5 at one point, folks. Like,
right.
I think a month ago, this was 3.5. So this has been bet through 3, which is still key in college. It was bet through 3, and we're talking about now like 2.5. So I just don't think that there's enough value to take Notre Dame, even though it's been moving that way, until it maybe gets to like a pick'em. And I don't necessarily think it is. I'd still tease Miami back up.
Yeah, I'm not a big Steve Kim hates it, but Smitty on game 1, Mario Cristobal against highly ranked opponents scares me.
Yeah. Notre Dame has that running game too. I feel like they're gonna come in, control the clock. You got the best running back in the league to me.
Yeah.
Now it's in Miami. I get that weather and being that home crowd, but I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. Eytan, can't wait. The NFL season right on the corner. Big trade in Micah Parsons. Thursday night's our first game, so Friday we'll be able to talk about it. And the whole NFL slate. So much love. Be safe in the car. We'll see you in a week from now. Good betting.
Anytime, fellas. Appreciate it. Looking forward to this year. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.